concept of a New World Order has been a topic of discussion for decades, with many believing it to be a secretive and powerful group of individuals seeking to control and manipulate global events. In recent years, the idea of a Satanic New World Order has emerged, with some claiming that this group is using climate change propaganda as a tool to oppress and manipulate the masses. While this notion may seem like the stuff of conspiracy theories, it is essential to examine the potential motivations and mechanisms behind this alleged plot. Climate change has become a dominant topic in global discussions, with many world leaders and organizations calling for immediate action to reduce carbon emissions and mitigate its effects. However, some argue that the climate change narrative is being exaggerated or distorted to serve the interests of the Satanic New World Order. According to this perspective, the elite group is using climate change as a pretext to implement a range of policies and measures that would ultimately lead to a loss of individual freedoms and a consolidation of power. One of the primary ways in which the Satanic New World Order is allegedly using climate change propaganda to oppress us is through the promotion of a globalist agenda. By emphasizing the need for international cooperation and collective action to address climate change, the elite group is said to be creating a narrative that justifies the erosion of national sovereignty and the establishment of a one-world government. This, in turn, would enable the New World Order to exert control over all aspects of human life, from economics and politics to culture and religion. Another mechanism by which the Satanic New World Order is supposedly using climate change propaganda to oppress us is through the manipulation of public opinion and the suppression of dissenting voices. By dominating the media narrative and promoting a consensus on climate change, the elite group is able to shape public perception and influence policy decisions. Those who question or challenge the dominant climate change narrative are often labeled as deniers or skeptics, and are subject to ridicule, ostracism, or even censorship. This creates a climate of fear and intimidation, where individuals are reluctant to express their genuine opinions or concerns about climate change policies. The Satanic New World Order is also allegedly using climate change propaganda to oppress us through the imposition of draconian policies and regulations. By citing the urgent need to address climate change, governments and international organizations are enacting a range of measures that restrict individual freedoms and impose significant economic burdens on citizens. These measures may include carbon taxes, restrictions on energy consumption, and regulations on transportation and industry. While these policies may be presented as necessary to combat climate change, they ultimately serve to consolidate power and control in the hands of the elite group. Furthermore, the Satanic New World Order is said to be using climate change propaganda to promote a culture of fear and anxiety, which can be exploited to manipulate public opinion and behavior. By exaggerating the risks and consequences of climate change, the elite group is able to create a sense of crisis and urgency, which can be used to justify radical and authoritarian policies. This culture of fear also serves to distract from other critical issues and challenges, such as economic inequality, social injustice, and political corruption, which might otherwise be the focus of public attention and activism. In conclusion, while the idea of a Satanic New World Order using climate change propaganda to oppress us may seem like a fantastical conspiracy theory, it is essential to examine the potential motivations and mechanisms behind this alleged plot. By promoting a globalist agenda, manipulating public opinion, imposing draconian policies, and exploiting a culture of fear, the elite group may be using climate change as a tool to consolidate power and control. It is crucial for individuals to think critically about the climate change narrative and to be aware of the potential risks and consequences of unchecked globalism and authoritarianism. Ultimately, it is up to each of us to evaluate the evidence, question the dominant narrative, and demand a more nuanced and balanced approach to addressing the complex challenges of our time.